All right, people. How we doing? Peace, love, and jelly beans, of course. And I'm Tex. My wife Dawn, sitting on the couch. Can't see either one of us because we're doing recording on the tablet. That's right. We are going to look at our Motive app here and take a look at a couple of things here and wait for it to load. Couple of questions that I've had over the last week in reference to logging. And so let's go into logging. So we'll click on logs up here and we'll go right in. As you can see, we haven't done anything since the first. So, but yeah, some of these questions that we're getting is in reference to filling out different points inside the log. So let's cover a few things here. Click on the day that we want to log, and right off the bat, go into form. In vehicles, let me pull up a arrow here. Okay, in vehicles, right here, that's where you want to put the BOL. Correction, not the BOL. That's where you want to put the unit number. For Driveaway, you want to put your unit number there. Okay, your last 5 digits of your unit number. Inside this one here for trailers, you can put your unit number there. Okay, it won't hurt a thing having it in there twice. All right. You definitely want to click on distance odometers here and put your starting odometer. You always want to put your starting odometer in there. Okay. Under shipping documents here, you want to go through and do the BOL number. So the first two is your, let's see here, do I have a text point here? No, I don't. So your first one is going to be unit number, and we're going to get rid of this. Your second one's going to be unit number. You put your odometer reading in, and you put your shipping documents in. So let's take these guys out, and let's go in here as if I was filling this out. So first thing you want to do here is unit number. That's what you want there. And here, in trailers, you want unit number. You want to click on odometers. You want to put your starting odometer, I'm guessing here for a unit. Hit done. Hit done in the upper right corner. Now it's got your unit, your odometer started. And shipping documents, you want to put in your BOL. Okay. And then hit save, which is in the upper right corner. And you're good to go. So, those are the things you want inside there. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm moving the screen here. I'm going up so I can go down here to this bottom piece. And I'm going to actually go back in here and use these arrows. All right. Under origin, right here, you want to put where you picked it up. Under destination, you want to put where you're going. You can add whatever notes you want. Okay. If you've got something special you want to put in there, saying that this is a 28C, 29A, whatever, you can do that. Keep it simple. KISS philosophy. Keep it simple, stupid. So, literally, let me get rid of the X's here, and I'll click on origin. Now, funny part about origin and destination happens to be, that's your from and to, you will actually type out Goshen, and it'll automatically fill it in for you. And where are you taking it? Let's go to Port St. Lucie here, where we went with the last one. See, it automatically finds it and fills it in for you. And then, like I said, you can put in some notes and so forth. 30A. You can indicate diesel. can't remember how to spell diesel. Devils. We'll put devils in there. Um, there it is. All right. I always get my I's and E's mixed up. Try to tell you people I'm only a ninth grade dropout, all right? So there you go. And then you hit save. And all that information's in there. Okay? Now, real quick, I'm going to go back in and take this stuff out because I don't need it in there. But the one thing I'll stress is that this from and to, this section here, does not save and repeat to the next location. Okay? So, there you go. That will not carry over. This up here will carry over. So, anytime you put something up here, it will carry over. And there you go. Now, here's one thing about this I learned the other day in the log school, which was if you pick up one unit, okay, when you get done delivering it, do not go back in there and take out the other one. Do not take it out. Put in the second unit. Okay, and there you go. You got both units in there. Unit 1 and Unit 2. All right. The thing about it is that when you do your odometer, you're going to do your odometer, and then you're going to come back and do odometer again and do the minus one and do the other ones. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but they say it does. So I have never done 2 units in a day, so therefore I wouldn't know what to say about that. However, when you get done doing your end of day, of course you always come in here and do your end of day odometer for that day. So that way it'll always show up on your documentation. Okay? So, there you go. That's how you actually go through and do this on the actual app and put things in. Please note, when you're actually doing things, use these guys fully. If you need to insert something in the past, move these guys to where you need it. I suggest doing that versus doing the entry here because you'll mess up on your AM PMs usually, and that will mess you up completely. Okay? And I also learned something else. I'm going to throw this out there. Your 10-hour shift in between the day before and the day after. Okay? So when we stop here and we got 5 p.m. to midnight, that's 7 hours. If we would have got up the following day and tried to do something early and so forth, no, that would have been 7 hours. We'd have to wait until 3 a.m. to go do something. Well, let's say we decided to start and we accidentally started at 2:45. The law says that if you started at 2:45 and you're caught, then therefore you did not make your 10 hours. You're in violation, so you already failed your inspection. Second thing happens to be is that you have to go a whole nother 10 hours. Let's say you got caught at 3:10. So at 3:15, you're right back into having to take off for 10 hours from 3:15. That's taking you up all the way to noon or so. Okay? A little afternoon. All right? So there you go. Yeah. So be very cautious on when you start your day. Make sure you always allow the 10-hour rest area. And we're going to go to the computer and do the rest of this. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's wing it here. See how I do this in the computer. This is MotiveApp, formerly known as Keep Trucking. And up here on the right hand side, we've got get started. So if you've never been here before, then therefore this is where you go. But however, I've been here before, so I'll do login. When you click on login, if you still haven't done this, there is a spot down here at the bottom underneath of login with SSO says sign up. So therefore you can go in there and do that part. All right. As you can tell, I've already done this. It's already got all my stuff saved. Yes, I used the term LastPass, which is an awesome program to use on your phone and computer. It links everything. And it also goes through and lets you know when you duplicate a password. So in other words, yes, your password should not be the same all the way across the board. That's not cool. Anyway, all right, let's log in and get to where we need to be before I get digressed off of something else. All right, so here's the Motive app. Oh, by the way, let me grab hold of this and see if I can pull it down here. Okay, went to gomotive.com to get to the opening page. Gomotive.com. All right, so we're back in here, and over on the left-hand side, well, we've got over on the left-hand side, we got the overview, which is what we're looking at now: log, safety, maintenance, and documents. The overview tells you exactly that you got 70 hours left, or how many hours you've got of the week. We haven't done anything for a while because we've been out camping and enjoying life. That's what DTN Living Life stands for. Live it, love it, and enjoy it. All right. Last location, Motive app shows we delivered to Port St. Lucie here, just above Miami. So I don't know why it's got the icon way down there when actually we did deliver down there. I know where this is now. So yeah, we delivered to right there. That was the last location I did Motive, which I will show you here in just a second. So yeah, there you go, West Palm Beach, Miami. All right, so that's where our last location was before we went camping. All the way back up in here and had fun and enjoyed and went up in here and went up in here and then over to here. Okay, anyway, let's go to logs. All right, as you can tell, man, I'm lazy. We haven't done anything. All right, let's scroll down to May 1st, which was the last day we did something. See right there? It's got time in there, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 5 miles. Yeah, we didn't drive very far. We stayed at Cracker Barrel overnight, and it was right across the street from where we were delivering. So we're cool. Started off on April 25th. Yep. 3 hours there. We only went 20 miles, but there's 3 hours because that was when we did the check-in and did all the different things. Just like going 5 miles for 2 hours, 45 minutes. That was the end of day, and then doing all the delivery inspections and things like that, which I'll cover a little bit more here in a second. But if you want to keep these and you want your entire unit in one PDF, you will click on each one of these. Whoops, missed one. And see, I don't have the 0 here, and I don't have the 0 afterwards. So I only got the ones that actually have time on them. I'll go up here to the upper right, which has a download, and you click on it and you say United States. It'll automatically come up and ask you where do you want to save it. And as you can see, my Port St. Lucie's right there. It's already in there. I'm good. So I'm not saving it, but I'll take you there and show you what it is. So there's what you do. Now all that's going to be in one PDF. Okay. So back on over to my files here. Let's go in here, Port St. Lucie. We'll open that up, and it'll open up with the last day first. Now, as you can see, each day's log is individually a sheet of paper. So it all has all the information here, which is my name, driver number, my code name, co-driver, which my nickname, of course. I don't know how it ended up with nickname in there, but that's okay. I'm cool with it. 9677 Fleet is my ID with Horizon. Distance I went for this day was 5 miles. Horizon Transport, where they're located at 407 East Wabash. Gives you the vehicle number and trailer number and shipping document number. Now, here's where I've been making a mistake, and I will testify to this one real quick. This vehicle number in Driveaway should be the same as this trailer number. It is the last 5 digits of the unit number. So that's the one thing that we haven't been doing. We've been always just putting trailer number in, what the unit number is, and doing a BOL for the vehicle. And then shipping documents is the BOL. Well, I learned in logs the other day. See, you go to these classes, you think you know it, but yet you go in there and you learn something new. And of course, they put an answer to the question of when we get to having electronic cars that drive themselves, and we have an electronic truck that drives itself, do we have to even keep logs in? Anyway, let's continue on. The BOL 597.81 only needs to go in shipping documents. The other two should be your for Driveaway. This is for Driveaway. Should be the unit number. Now, in trailers, you really don't have to put the unit number. I just do it because it's there. I want to fill in the blank, and that's how I do it. So there you go. And take note that it stops here at shipping documents, and I'll point this out here as we get down to the first day. But just to give you an idea how I fill out my logs, happens to be the beginning of the day, which is at midnight. It automatically fills in this one for midnight due to the fact of what I filled out at the end of my day yesterday, which was EOD. So that's what it carried over. Number 2 was where we started off the day, PTI, pre-trip inspection, and SOD. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what we did there. Was getting things organized, ready to go, and make this delivery. We drove 15 minutes for 5 miles. Actually, it's a little bit less than that, but we made it last 15 minutes, so therefore, no, it counted it. Movement. So there's 15 minutes there. And then at 9 o'clock, for an hour and 45 minutes, we did delivery. EOD. And that's indicating that we're making the delivery. It's going to be the end of day for this when it's done. It's the way I do it. PTI SOD, start of day. So that was the start of the day. That was our pre-trip inspection. Delivery, I never indicate PTI. Maybe I should, I don't know. Y'all throw it out there. I'm already indicating it's the end of the day. Delivery, I'm going through and doing all the post-trip inspection and pictures and all those different things for this delivery. So therefore, I figure it's all wrapped in one, known as delivery. It's off of my hands after this in the first place. And then after that, after they're done going through their inspections, then I come back and do EOD. So as you can see here, there was a good hour and 45 minutes they spent doing that delivery inspection. And I took making the pictures and making sure everything was good. So that's how I do my day. Let's go with another day just to where it doesn't have delivery in there. So the day before, find one here. Here we go. Here's a long one. All right. 299 miles that day. And yeah, we try to do 350 a day, but yet at the same time, when we have one that's being delivered and we know that we're not going to make it for their delivery on Friday, then we stretch out every day. So that way, we're not just driving continuously and then just sitting one place for an entire day. We drive a little bit each day and break it up. Well, in this case, like I said, your line 1 is always going to be 12 a.m. It's going to be carryover from what you last checked out the day before. So there's my EOD. Now line 2's got my PTI SOD. Then we got driving. We took a break. Then we got some more driving. We did a safety check and fueling. I probably should have done a safety check at number 4, but yet, yes, we do go and check everything. I check my gear every stop, because when you walk into a convenience store, you don't know who's going to walk between your vehicles and trip on something, accidentally pull a wire out, whatever. So hence, you always double check when you come back out. So you always do that safety check. I just don't indicate it on every one of them. I just indicate after we started our trip that I go back and do a safety check. But yeah, as you can see here, safety check, drive, brake, drive, brake, drive, brake. Find secure parking. we had actually taken a break, and just perfect example here. We found a place to park, but we weren't happy with the situation of being boxed in by truckers. So we ended up moving from that location to an actual, what do you call it, rest stop, a rest area that was a little bit more managed and had a little bit more defined for us to park. Actually had RV parking versus no trucking parking. So that's where, when we looked it up over online, because we were getting crowded by truckers and we didn't want to listen to truckers all night. So we ended up moving. We were all within our day. I mean, you can take a look and see, over here on our day, we are, this here, this is the 27th. Where does it total out? Right here. Here's our day. So we only had 6 hours and 6.7 out, 6.75, which is 6 hours and 45 minutes of driving and 4 hours off. So add that together, you only got 10 and 3/4, 10 hours and 45 minutes. We still ended up with that. That meant that we still could have moved along a little bit more and gone another 3 hours, okay, for a 14-hour day. And driving, we could have done another 3 hours definitely right there alone. So yeah, but we weren't in a hurry to go anywhere. So there you go. That gives you an idea. And we usually, when we do drive, and we do drive because we have to get there by a certain time or something like that, then we'll drive that 10-hour day. Usually we don't drive a 10-hour day. We'll only drive up to 9 hours, because if we run into a situation where when we park, we want to make sure that we have time to get up and drive somewhere if something's going on that we don't like. So hence, we don't fill that entire day, because if we get to a certain location and we're at the end of our 11 hours and 14-hour day, let's say we're at 10 and 12 hours, we're going to be stuck. And the next rest area, next gas station, next whatever may be an hour away. Now you're putting us into a predicament that we could end up in a violation. So hence, that's the reason why we stop way early. None of these units is worth the hassle of having to be pressured to get somewhere. Okay, so there you go. And the only other thing I want to show you is on the first one. Here's something I do different for the first one. Okay, the first time I go into the Motive app, and on that very first day, when I fill out that Motive app, I go in there, and I showed you this on the handheld. I go in there and fill in the, let me find it here, the from and to. This does not carry over, but I put it on the first day, so therefore it does show up on this PDF, on one of the first day sheets, saying where we started from and where we're going. Okay, it's just asking you to spell out the name, and it'll actually autofill most of the name once you get 3/4 of it filled, or even half of it. No, all the rest of it's the same thing. It just has this one line it adds to your documents. So therefore, you know where you're starting. I know it's down here inside the description, and you can go here and then scroll all the way up and look here and say, okay, he ended up in Port St. Lucie. All right, and he started off in Goshen. But instead of having to go through all that, you can go to the very first one. It says from and to. They know exactly where you're starting and where you're headed, and they can plan it all out from that point. All right, so there you go. That's how it looks on the website, and that's how you can make it into a PDF. You can store it. You've got it as a file now, and once you have it as a file, now you can actually stick it with your however you do your finances and so forth. I use QuickBooks, so I actually add this into my QuickBooks. So when I turn everything over to a CPA, he's got it all, documents for each and every day without any hesitation. He's got the BOL, he's got all those different things, just to give you an idea. So if I was to back up, Yep, my BOLs are here, my logs, my permits, my receipt cover, my tolls, all those things. My e-manifest if I go to what's that little place above us? Canada. Oh, if we go there, there's an e-manifest that we got to have. So that's what I actually put in my QuickBooks. So therefore, they have all that with the day's work, and nobody can argue with anything there. All right. So there you go. Peace, love, and jelly beans, people. Subscribe, like, dislike, like, all those good things, and notifications bell. Have a good one.